Gene, I have got your Wolf Warrior suspension upgrade kit, and Jesse, I got your tire pump and handlebar accessories in my backpack. We're headed to the UPS store today on the new Kukirin G4, at least new to me. This is a scooter with a single 2,000 watt motor. Today we're gonna do a little ride review on it, so subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Maybe go check out the unboxing. I'll link that in the description of the video, but for now, let's roll the intro and get started. I'm gonna go as fast as I can because there's a car approaching behind me. We are in race mode, 0 start. Display says 30 already. Like I said, this has got a single 2,000 watt motor, so our acceleration's just inherently gonna be a lot slower because we're on a single motor scooter. It looks like 37, 38. So for me, this thing is just about as fast as the Kukirin G2 Master. I'm sure if you were lighter, the top speed would be more, but since I'm heavier, I need more torque. I weigh 230 pounds. I would guess this thing would be a couple miles per hour faster if you weighed something like 170 pounds, but I think dual motor is just always gonna be faster. And the Kukirin G2 Master accelerates a lot faster too. It's worth noting that those motors are 1,000 watts each. Hey look, a Cybertruck. I can't believe it's not broken yet. Like I must be saving it for sunny days only. I heard if you ride those things in the wet, you need to put them into car wash mode or else they break. Can't believe that, but they're bulletproof. Maybe. Oh, I have turn signals too. I could be using those. I forgot. So this is full speed. I'm flooring it right now. This is our maximum acceleration. I wonder if you can even see that display on camera because it is not very bright. It's pretty dim. Oh, bottoming out the front and rear suspension even on little tiny bumps. All right, Jesse and Gene, I'm gonna go drop off your packages now. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'll get that for you. All right, let's get back to our ride on this Kukirin G4. So let's test the brakes a little bit. I'm gonna go up a hill and then we'll go down the hill and see how fast we can stop with these brakes. They're cable actuated 140 millimeter brakes. Pretty much bottom of the barrel. I think even a drum brake might be better for this scooter, but you get what you pay for. This thing is under $1,000. So we're approaching into the territory where they just physically can't put better components on this thing for the price. Wow, our max speed is down to 32 miles per hour. I've only gone like maybe 2 miles. So you really only get that top speed at the very tippy top charge. I wonder how it's gonna do up this hill. This scooter does have some things that I really like, but I'm gonna be honest, majority of them are things that I think they could have done better. Like the motor itself might be rated for 2,000 watts, but how many amps is the controller pushing to the motor? Because right now our top speed up this hill, we're not even on the real hill yet. 25 miles per hour, I'm flooring it in race mode. I think if this were a real race, I would be losing. I'm skeptical it'll even make it up this hill. We're slowing down big time. Oh no, Kukirin, what'd you do? Oh, ladies and germs, 15 miles per hour up this hill. Yes, I'm flooring it. Yes, we're in race mode. Yes, it has a full charge. Yeah, oh, just bottomed out the front like this. What is this, like a 1 or 2 inch lip on this curb right here? This little bump right here bottomed out the front suspension with me on it. It's got really short bars too. They feel a couple inches shorter than the other Kukirin G2 Master and G3 Pro. So I think this is a scooter marketed towards like teenagers, 120 pounds to 170 pounds. Because if you're that weight, the suspension won't be so terrible and you will probably get the advertised top speed. But for adults, I don't know, not quite sure why they sent me this one. If you're on the fence about the G2 Master or the G3 Pro, I've got videos on those also, so maybe go check those out on the channel. I'll link them in the upper right hand corner of this video now. We're gonna go as fast as the scooter will go down this hill, and then I'm gonna hit the brakes and we'll see what happens. Ready? All right. This is full speed, max acceleration. But let's hit the brakes here. This is maximum braking power right now. Yeesh. Yeah, made for lighter riders. So the two biggest downfalls of this scooter, I can tell just after riding it for about a mile, are the brakes. Very mushy, very weak. I think they just heat up really quickly, and then instead of pulling, when you pull the lever harder, instead of it actually pulling the disc brake harder, it's just kind of stretching the cable in there. Oh, and the second, which you probably just heard, the suspension. It's really weak and mushy. It has like rubber, plasticky bushings in it that clank when it bottoms out. And the travel, the springs themselves look pretty long, but the travel on the suspension is like maybe an inch. This scooter is kind of a bummer for me. I don't want to downsell it though. I don't want to say it's a bad scooter because I think if you weighed 120 to 160, 170 pounds, this thing wouldn't really be that bad. But I've got an extra 50 pounds on me and really tall, so the bars feel kind of short. This is max acceleration from a stop. I'm flooring it right now. It's just slow and steady. Oh, and I'm bottoming out the suspension on these little tiny sidewalk cracks. I can't believe that. This scooter is for someone who just wants something cheap and fast. And I guess they succeeded there. It's under $1,000 and goes 40 miles an hour. But everything else about it is kind of meh. I do like the display though. I mean, I think it's fancy and neat, but I don't know how practical it is because I can't really see it that well in the daytime here. I'm never gonna use the touchscreen while I'm riding, and I think it would mess with it while it was raining. Like, if you're riding this thing in a drizzle, I could see the headlight just turning on and off randomly. The suspension, you really got to bend your knees and kind of predict every single little bump that's going to come up because you're going to bottom out the suspension. It's worth noting though, I guess, it came to me from the factory with 55 PSI in the tires. I went to go pump them up and they were actually overinflated. So I let a little bit of air out, but they do have 11-inch street tires, so we got some grip. It doesn't feel awkward or weird to maneuver back and forth on. Oh, just bottoming out the suspension everywhere. This thing is rough around the edges. All right, so this is me flooring it on a mostly level road. We've used about 1 bar of battery. Yes, we're in race mode. Oh, bottomed out the rear suspension over the railroad tracks. Top speed of around 35. I'm crouched down kind of uncomfortably far right now. So if I'm standing up straight, my arms are more or less straight. I'm 6'2". So for adults, I just don't feel like this is a good scooter. Teenagers, yeah, you'll probably have a blast on this thing. Uphill, I'm at 27 miles an hour, and that's not even a big hill, like a slope. If you watched my unboxing video, you know the general build quality on this thing kind of scares me a little bit too. And if you're heavier, you're gonna be straining all the components more, so especially that controller for the single motor. Like, I'm just flooring it everywhere. It's max output. This guy's on his touchscreen, go! That's our horn right there. Guy was just chilling in his Tesla on the touchscreen. I don't know how those things are allowed. I do have a touchscreen too, but I'm not using it while I ride. Slightly downhill now. Let's see what our top speed is. 33, 34. All right, redeeming qualities of this scooter. Let's talk about the things I like. First of all, that built-in integrated headlight and turn signal thing on the front here, which you saw in the unboxing video, I do like that. That'd come in handy at night, very visible. I like the fact that it has this little flare out for the thumb throttle here. So I'm not just pushing with my thumb, you can see like this whole unit moves a little bit and I can kind of actuate it with my pointer finger and my thumb. I also like the little lip that it has on the rear foot plate. I can tell exactly where the end of the scooter is and I don't have to worry about my foot hanging off the edge too far. That being said, the deck is kind of small. I have to put my feet vertically. Can't just chill horizontally like I was on the Varlet Eagle 1 2.0. I like the fact that it's got a key ignition. That's pretty cool. Comes with 2 keys. There are a lot of people who are thinking about buying the G2 Master, but they said, I wish it had keys. So now they're deciding between the G3 Pro. But honestly, you should probably get the G3 Pro instead of the G4 here. It is cheaper, but you pay for it. In another video, I'm gonna do a draggy test. Very accurate speed and acceleration test. And we're gonna test the G2 Master, the G3 Pro, and this G4 here. All right, let's see if we can go up this little off-roady slope over here. So I'm flooring it right now. Just pushing this poor motor to the max. Oh, and it stopped right there. Made it halfway up. A little rocky slope. G2 Master and G3 Pro would absolutely smash up this thing because they got dual motors. The scooter strikes me as something that parents might want to buy for their teenager if their teenager is just begging them for an electric scooter. If you have a teenager that likes skateboarding or something like that and they want an electric scooter, this would be a good one to get them into because they get to feel like it's a big, powerful scooter. It looks pretty hardcore, but it doesn't have like ruthless acceleration that's going to get them hurt. It'll probably go the top speed that it's advertised to go, which is around 43, and you're not going to break the bank. It's like the cheapest of the fastest scooters I can find. Even the off-brand 010X like Leo Out scooter that I got, that thing has better build quality than this, and it's like $100 more, and that was dual motor too. This is just, again, single motor. Sorry, this is gonna be one of those videos where I just felt like I was complaining the whole time, because I was. Kukirin, I appreciate the effort. I feel like you guys kind of missed the mark on this one. Unless you were trying to build this for teenagers, I get that. Or if you're just someone who wants something cheap and fast, like this is the cheapest of the bunch by far. I don't think you're gonna find a scooter for $949 that goes 40 miles per hour. I remember when I first started scooting, the Segway 9bot Max, which goes 17 miles per hour, was $900. Now you can get that thing for like $500-600 bucks. I get offered a lot of scooters to review, so I'm not just taking anything they want to send me. And I vetted this thing. I said, you know, that might be a good scooter for the channel, but I might have overestimated this thing's capabilities a little tiny bit, a lot bit. I'm literally just flooring it everywhere now, in between like 25 and 35 miles per hour, and that's not going to be good for the battery or the controllers, or the controller, I should say. This road is still closed. I'm literally flooring it at 17 miles per hour in traffic right now. So bad. Come on, give me something here, little scoot. This is probably a product of the battery and the controller and the motor getting hot because I'm just flooring it everywhere. Come on, come on, give me something. Give me something to work with. Our top speed is down to 32 and I'm probably at like 70% battery right now. Gotta keep my eyes glued to the road for little cracks and potholes and sewers and stuff, because if I bottom out the suspension on this thing, it is rough. Let me tell you. Use my little horn. Okay, after flooring it for about a mile, our top speed is up to 35. That's, I guess, respectable. It's probably the cheapest scooter that you could buy that would ride in traffic and like somewhat safely, assuming you don't bottom out the suspension and fly over the front, or you don't need to stop very quickly and the folding latch just doesn't come popped open by itself. Someone said in my unboxing video that this scooter was really wobbly. I'm not getting that at all. I don't, like, the scooter does not get speed wobbles. It's pretty solid. Oh God, these cable mushy actuated brakes though. Just Mushtown Central. The thing does not get speed wobbles. It feels very stable at speed, I'll say that. Once you spend a half a mile getting there, that is. Come on, scooter. Wow, that guy just changed into the inside lane. Way to drive, sir or ma'am. I gotta get in the bike lane. Even a little hint of a hill or a headwind, it'll knock your top speed down to 30. At least the speedometer's accurate, I'll say that. A lot of the cheaper scooters you get, the speedometer reads generously by like 2 or 3 miles per hour, maybe sometimes 5 or 6. Why are we stopped way back here? But this speedo is accurate, if you can squint your eyes enough to see it in the sunlight, that is. Flooring it right now. That's how I feel right now. I'm gonna get on the sidewalk. I feel bad for all these cars that are gonna have to wait behind me. Don't ever ride on the sidewalk this fast if there are people, by the way. I've got a clear line of sight that there's no one on this sidewalk for a long ways. That's the only reason I'm doing this. I got a disclaimer in my riding now because people are gonna think this is okay. This is just a cheap mid to high speed cruiser for adults, a fast cruiser for teenagers, but the suspension leaves a lot to be desired. The brakes are borderline dangerous on a scooter this fast. I think the G2 Master has the same brakes. These ones, I don't know if it's a different brand or a different material on the pad. Yes, this is top speed 11 miles per hour right now at this slight hill, but the G2 Master brakes feel a lot better. I don't know what the deal is. I'm gonna guess it's cheaper brake pad material or something. Or maybe they got oil or grease on these ones from the factory, but like this is top speed braking. Oh, now they're even squeaking. Just because I rode it on that little gravel trail back there for a little bit. Can bottom out the rear suspension just by hopping like this. If they could move this throttle and this display, but brighter, along with this little turn signal assembly and headlight thing onto the G3 Pro, that would be a really fun scooter to ride. And I want to see the G3 Pro up at like 28 amp hours, and I know they can do it without making the battery compartment any bigger. They just got to use higher quality cells. I think that scooter would cost around 15 or 1600 bucks, but I would buy that thing so fast. They just got to combine the best of this whole G series into a like G6 Super or something. That'd be cool. All right, fine. I can hear you guys begging for it. I'll give it a little bit of off-roading. You'll see though. I mean, the torque is going to be embarrassing. I don't even think it'll get over 10 or 15 miles an hour off-road, just because that's the nature of off-road. Requires much more power than riding on the streets. So the motor in this thing's pretty heavy. It's got 11-inch tubeless tires, which means we've got more rotational mass compared to the G2 Master and the G3 Pro. And that, on top of only having a single motor, even though it's more powerful, is really what's contributing to our lack of acceleration. This is top speed up this hill, 14, 15 miles per hour. Okay, don't say I didn't warn you, but I'm gonna show you what a little bit of off-roading looks like here. Prepare to be unamazed. Flooring it right now. Yes, I'm actually flooring it. And yes, it's actually in sport mode. So, yeah, it's probably gonna die up this little tiny hill. Oh, 5 miles per hour, okay. For off-roading, I'm afraid this scooter is gonna have to take the L hard. This is really bad. It's not zippy, it's not powerful. It's got a 2000 watt motor, but I'll bet you it's only pushing like 25 amps at 60 volts, maybe. I'll bet you the scooter can't even ride in grass. Let's see if it can even go through the grass at all. Okay, I guess, yeah, just about as much as the bark. Just so bumpy. Poor little G4 had such good intentions. Well, there you have it, folks. That's what it's like to ride the Kukirin G4 as a 230-pound, 6'2" rider. A pretty lackluster experience. I will stick with what I said though. If you're an adult looking for a scooter that's cheap and fast, at least a scooter that gets there eventually, the Kukirin G4 could be a good option. It might also be a good option if you're a parent looking for a scooter for your teenager and they want to tell all their friends they have a high-speed, high-powered 2000 watt scooter. This would be a good option without breaking the bank. But if you're looking for something serious as an adult and you want to have real fun or you want to have a reliable commuter, I would spend the extra couple $100 and get the G2 Master or the G3 Pro like every time pretty much. The scooter does have a couple redeeming qualities that I like. I like this interface here with the headlight and built-in turn signals and the fact that it's touchscreen. It's kind of cool, it's new and innovative. I like the way the throttle feels in my hand when I'm accelerating. It wouldn't be good for off-road, but on the road, it's really easy and relaxing to use. It feels pretty seamless, actually. I don't like the build quality. It's got like 50 screws holding it together. It's kind of janky and square. The stem is like literally hollow here. I don't like the suspension. I feel like it's just way underrated for someone like an adult that's gonna be hitting high-speed bumps. I can bottom it out pretty much just by standing on it. I don't like the 140mm cable actuated brakes. The G2 Master has those too, but I could swear these are like a different brake compound material. They feel really mushy. It has no front fender. It has a joke of a rear fender. The folding mechanism kind of scares me a little bit. I feel like it could come undone at any moment. So I'm always thinking about that in the back of my mind. It does have keys though. I know a lot of people appreciate the fact when scooters have keys, they feel like it adds a little bit of more security. So it does have that. The scooter might check a few boxes for a few people, but for me and for other people who are going to be wanting a high-speed, reliable commuter scooter, take it from a somewhat expert and take the G3 Pro or the G2 Master over this thing. So another thing worth noting, I was just about to pack up and leave. A little breeze blew the scooter over. The kickstand is very puny and tiny, not very big around. Anyway, that's my opinion. I'm always curious what my viewers think, so let me know in the comments below. If you don't like the scooter, why not? And if you would get another scooter, which one would you get? Or which one do you have? Can you recommend anything else to the viewers in this video that I'm not thinking of right now? But thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.